Hey guys, today I'm going to show y'all how to make honey butter rolls for any holiday gathering you've got coming up, whether it's Friendsgiving, which y'all are seeing this after Thanksgiving, but you can use it next year, or for Christmas, and I've got a little helper trying to help me. If you have not watched my other roll recipe that was up before this, go back and watch it because they are super good. I'm bringing both of these to my Thanksgiving, so I'm super excited. But we're going to do the honey butter ones today, so let's go ahead and jump in. First, you're going to add in 2 1/4 teaspoon of active dry yeast. It's one of these little packs, these 0.25 ones. It is exactly 2 teaspoons and 1/4 teaspoon. A 1/2 cup of flour. Don't worry, we're going to add tons more later. 1 cup of warm water. We're going to mix this together well, and then we're going to cover it and let it sit for 15 minutes. Now that our 15 minutes is up, I'm going to uncover it. I'm going to add in 1 egg, 3½ tablespoons of sugar, 3 tablespoons of melted butter, 2 teaspoons of Celtic salt. All I have is regular salt, so we're going to cut it in half and do 1 teaspoon and put it in there, because if you do 2 of the regular, it's going to be way too salty. Now we're going to mix this together really well. Now that this is mixed together, we're going to start to add in our flour. So since we already put a 1/2 in of all-purpose flour, we're only going to do 3 cups. I have a 1/2 cup measuring cup, so I'm going to do 6 of these. Now I've got this added in, I'm going to use my hand mixer, my stand mixer, not my stand mixer, my hand mixer, and do this for about 5 minutes. Now I've floured my surface. I don't have anything to lay out, and I've used all my flour, so hopefully we don't need any more. If I do, I'll have to run to the Dollar General. We're going to lay this out and kind of just roll it into a ball. Now I'm just dumping my mixture onto the flour, and I'm going to roll it out and get it really coated well in the flour so it's not so sticky. This one is not as sticky as my other bread recipe, and then just roll it into a ball. I'm going to add olive oil to kind of coat your ball. All I have is vegetables, so that's what we're using. And we're going to add our dough ball back into here. Now that this is well coated, we're going to cover it and let it sit for 2 hours. Alright, so it's 4 o'clock. It's almost been 2 hours, so I've floured my clean surface. As you can see, my dough has doubled in size. Basically, you're going to punch this in. As you can see, it's kind of done that, and we're going to put it onto our floured surface. We're going to pour this out and shape it into a rectangle. Now I'm just recoating this in flour. I'm rolling it out to make it shaped as a rectangle, and we're going to start cutting them into little pieces and rolling them into basically balls. And by the time you're done with this, typically this recipe can make 16. I made 16, but originally I started off with making only 12 of them. I don't know how I ended up with 16, but apparently if you do it right, you can get 16. Now that these are all rolled out, typically you would cover these with saran wrap, but this cling wrap is all I've got. So I'm covering these for an hour. All right, it's been an hour. I'm making spaghetti right here as well. But I'm preheating my oven to 375, and then these rolls will be going in. First pan, as you can tell, they've doubled almost in size. Now these are going in the oven at 375 for about 15 to 18 minutes. Second pan, again, doubled in size, and they're going in the oven. There's what our rolls look like. Now let's do the honey butter. You need a 3/4 cup of butter, room temperature. Because mine's not room temp, I'm going to microwave mine for about 15 to 20 seconds. Then add in about 1/4 cup of honey. I heated mine up to make it easier to come out of the bottle. Then we're gonna stir this together. I recommend tasting it to see if you want more honey. Mine is perfect. And we're gonna put this on top of these rolls. I only put it on a few of mine to see what it would look like for y'all to see so I don't ruin all of my rolls. But let's give this a taste test. All right, so I peeled the top off where it's easier for me to taste. Amazing. Only thing I would do differently is not knead my dough near as much because I feel like my bread is a little firmer than I would like. But it is like right there with Texas Roadhouse. If you have never tried honey butter rolls, give them a try. Bye guys.